Hey, welcome to The Explainer. We're diving into the human body one secret at a time. So, how well do you really know your own body? Seriously, think about it. I mean, how can you touch your nose with your eyes closed? It's not just luck, you know? Subscribe, like, share, and comment for more insights into how your body works. That little trick uses a hidden sixth sense. It's called proprioception, your brain's internal GPS. That's how you can walk without looking down or type without even seeing the keyboard. Dancers and athletes spend years training this very sense. It's the secret to their coordination. And that's just one of the amazing systems we plan to explore together in this series. So, what hidden system should we break down next? Let us know in the comments. Today, we're going to take a journey, a 30-day journey inside my own body to see a pretty remarkable transformation up close. I really wanted to find out what would happen if I just quit sugar. And honestly, the results were, well, they were surprising. So let's dive in. I know, that might sound a little dramatic, but it's truly the best way I can describe what was going on. There was this slow, completely silent process of decay happening, and the main culprit was something I was eating every single day. So before we get to the fix, we really have to understand the problem. What was this internal rust actually doing to my system before this whole journey even kicked off? And look, this isn't just a metaphor. That rusting is a very real biological process called oxidative stress. Think of it like this. You know how metal rusts when it's exposed to oxygen and water? Well, our cells can get damaged in a similar way by these unstable molecules. And all that excess sugar, it's like pouring fuel on that fire, just speeding up the damage. Now, the tricky thing is, this wasn't something I could feel day to day, but the evidence was there. The oxidative stress was creating this constant, low-grade inflammation. It was elevating key markers in my blood, like C-reactive protein, which is basically the body's fire alarm, and it was putting vital organs, like my kidneys, at a real risk for long-term damage. I just had to know if the damage could be undone, so I decided to run a little experiment on myself to see what would happen if I simply turned off the source of the rust. The challenge was really straightforward. Just 30 days, no added sugars. This wasn't about weight loss or some complex diet. It was just about giving my body a clean slate for 1 month to see how it would respond. My real goal was simply to be an observer. I wanted to see if my body's natural healing mechanisms, its own internal cleanup crew, could actually start to reverse the damage once the main stressor was out of the picture. So what's really going on at a cellular level when you cut off the sugar? How does the body actually begin to clean house and repair itself? Okay, let's break it down step by step. First, you stop the constant flow of sugar. Almost immediately, the body stops sending out so many alarm signals, which means inflammation starts to decrease. This leads directly to our key marker, C-reactive protein, beginning to fall. And that's the green light for the body's repair systems to start clearing out all that accumulated rust. And the crucial point here is that this isn't guesswork. We can actually measure this. C-reactive protein, or CRP, is a direct indicator of inflammation in the body. Watching those levels drop on a blood test is like getting confirmation that the internal fire is finally being put out. All right, so that's the theory. Let's move on to the results and see the actual transformation that took place over those 30 days. The response was incredibly fast. I mean, on day 1, my inflammatory markers were high, just like we expected, but by the halfway point, only 15 days in, there was already a huge drop. The cleanup was definitely in full swing. By day 30, my system had stabilized and those markers were back to a healthy baseline. And this chart just brilliantly illustrates how dramatic that change really was. You can see the CRP level at the start of the experiment compared to the level at the end. It's not a small tweak, it's a fundamental shift from a state of chronic inflammation to one of relative calm. Now, what's really fascinating about this is seeing what this means at a microscopic level. Imagine my kidney cells on day 0. They're cluttered with those rust particles, they have this red inflammatory glow, and the risk for scarring is high. Now, look at day 30. The cells are cleaner, healthier. The risk has gone down, and their protective functions are being restored. So the whole point of this journey isn't just about my personal results. It's about what this reveals for everyone. It's like a blueprint for renewal.
The biggest takeaway for me was this: our bodies are not just passive victims of our habits. They have an incredible built in capacity to heal, and that healing process can begin so much faster than most of us imagine. The cleanup crew is always on standby, just waiting for the chance to get to work.
And that leads to the final question. This journey proved that a profound change is possible in just 30 days. Renewal isn't some distant goal, it's a process just waiting to begin. So if my body could start healing this quickly, what could your own 30-day journey look like?